So AEW happened. It is time for your AEW 4-hour shows, combined 8 hours. Oh my goodness. It is time to cover your AEW's Fyter Fest and Summer Blockbuster. I don't fucking know. Wait, anyways, yeah, hi, alrighty folks, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for your AEW Dynamite and Collision double for nothing, whatever, review. So I'm reviewing both Dynamite and Collision for the past 2 weeks. So they did Fyter Fest, which is supposed to be a 4-hour spectacular event, which is then followed by Summer Blockbuster this past week. And I can't just say that these were not so blockbuster, and they were not even pay-per-view quality at all, or not worth 4 hours of your time. That's for damn sure. Like, my God, 4 hours of each show. Like, God. I will say this, like Wednesday is still like a fucking work night. You know what I mean? Coming home, man, do they feel good? The only thing they're good for is to give you a little dose of freaking cure for insomnia. That's for sure. So thank you for AEW. You actually help with that. You help for helping people get to sleep easily. Anyway, the show started. So we're gonna start with Fyter Fest. Okay, guys. Show started with Fyter Fest. We're going to start with Fyter Fest with AEW Dynamite Collision. For the 6/11 and now... Is it 6/11? I'm not even freaking remember. For the shows that were the June 4th and June 11th, right? Okay, there you go. The show started with Will Ospreay with Fyter Fest. Okay, we're starting with Fyter Fest, of course, because that's chronologically first. Will Ospreay opens Dynamite by making it clear that I will do whatever it takes to cut the World Championship up on Moxley, who is ruining AEW. He's the why that AEW sucks. So you mentioned why the show sucks. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's more than just Moxley. It's not like they're the fucking NWO for crying out loud, taking over the shit. You're part of the problem, brah. Anyway, he wanted to make sure that Hangman will become the world champion for the sake of AEW, if it means to stop Swerve from getting involved. Because, what, is Swerve like some freaking... Like, what's the point with Swerve? I don't get it. I'm willing to take a bullet for Swerve, but I want to take a bullet for AEW Plus. I want Swerve strictly next week on Blockbuster, but this week, Ospreay, and then Ospreay gets interrupted by Leo Rush, and that match is made for God knows what reason. Didn't this guy, retire? I don't get it. Moxley said he hates AEW for what AEW has become. I got a fantastic idea, John. Piss off, Don. I don't know what to say. I don't know, why is Will Ospreay the savior of AEW? I don't get it. Moxley defeats Mark Briscoe. I thought we've seen this match already. I don't fucking know. Then we see Mercedes is having a steak dinner for God knows what reason. During the show, I don't know. And then Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Sakura. They want some tag match that nobody cares about, or I don't even remember who the hell they face, so I'm not gonna act like I care. Then the Hurt Syndicate gets involved with I don't know, with Will Ospreay, and then MJF says he's gonna be the one that's gonna become the world champion no matter what, whatever happens. I don't fucking care. And then we've seen that, which whatever. MJF says that there isn't a tag team on Earth that could take the belts from the Hurt Syndicate. And then they gave the mic to MJF and made it clear that they will start wrestling. He wants to start wrestling more so he can become the world champion again. So he lays out a challenge to the CML guys. Mystico for Grand Slam Mexico? What? Because when it comes to her, it's in personal, it's business. Why are they challenging fucking Mexican people? What? Is this some Forbidden Door gay shit? I don't fucking know. Was this a build up to their garbage Forbidden Door show? I don't know. Another 4 hours is happening next week. Well, it's just happened. But yeah, this match is announced, and I don't know. It's just something appeal to smarks. There's no story for this match, literally, but they're just doing this to make it seem like, get it? There's a story when there's not, for crying out. So Kevin Knight, Mike Bailey, and Commander defeats Love Faction, Ingo. What is this? So they're facing a bunch of lucha jobbers? That's an idea of a pay-per-view special? Give me a fucking break. I remember even years ago, Fyter Fest, when they were doing it on TV, they actually made it seem like they were utilizing their wrestlers and doing title matches. What is this shit? Fuck. And then MVP says that they earn a trios match against the Hurt Syndicate. I don't fucking. Christian Cage making Nick Wayne defend his title in a fatal four-way tonight. Then the tough love continues. I don't get this shit. I don't get it. I don't know. Max Caster issues an open challenge and he gets squashed by Powerhouse Hobbs. Okay. The main event. Kenny Omega defeats Brody King, Claudio Castagnoli, and Mascara Dorado in a four-way match and I don't know why this match happened. I don't know how this came about, nor do I care. But yeah, Kenny Omega win a whatever match. To still retain his title. And then after the match, we see Okada comes out. And then for some reason, he wants to face Omega. And the only reason why this is happening, because Tony Khan wants to appeal to he's a fucking smart. He wants his own version of Omega versus Okada from Wrestle Kingdom, blah, blah, blah. Or whatever New Japan bullshitter match. This is just basically because Tony Khan is a smark, and he wants to appeal to the smarky fans. He wants his own version of the New Japan matches that Omega and Okada had, that all the smarks chiz as pretending these matches are so fucking awesome. And that's what, and to appeal to Dave Meltzer, because Dave Meltzer always rate these matches like 6-7 stars, for crying out loud. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, what's the story between these two people? It's just that because they had long matches with each other, they had long buddies, like fucking bare back sessions. Is that why? Whatever. Then we slowly proceed to like Collision, the Collision side of things. So this was whatever. It's. Anyways, Will Ospreay defeats Leo Rush. And then, whatever, Ospreay wins more matches than, I don't fucking care. We then see that this Lucha guy is now aligned with the Don Callis family, and who the fuck cares? Who are these guys? My god, this is why this company will never grow. God, you're utilizing jobbers. We see Hangman, he appears. He says, I will ride into Texas, I will defeat Don Moxley, become the world champion, and I'll hold above my head, because all in as a night for all of you, and the night is for us. All in Texas is my night. And I wonder if Ospreay will have my back as I had his. Especially, if I don't get help from Swerve. And all of a sudden, Moxley comes out, appears from behind, and Death Riders is surrounding him, and then Ospreay shows up, and they have steel chairs against Moxley. I think like this is some takeover. Again, who the fuck cares about this Death Rider shit? This is not. It's not like AEW's in threat, for crying out loud. They're not even in any threat. What are we doing here? We then see FTR defeating again a jobber tag team. Yeah, so much for this like 4-hour spectacular. What a joke this is, huh? Ah, my god. Tay Mello returns from her pregnancy or whatever. She saves Anna Jay from being attacked by Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. I guess that's cool, whatever. I kind of miss her. I thought she was better. I don't really like the face makeup, by the way. I don't know. This seems like out of order. Why is this like... I don't know. The guy who made this, it's just like... So this Spider-Woman bitch, whatever, she defeated Lady Frost in her debut match. I don't know why this is listed as the main event, and technically the main event was the, Paragon match. Nick Wayne defeats Sammy Guevara, AR Fox, and Lee Johnson in a 4-way match to retain the ROH Pure title, and I just thought this was pure shit. And the main event, Kyle Fletcher, Take a Shit, and Hachiro defeats the Outrunners and Bandera Jr. I think this was the main event, I'm pretty sure, and whatever was the main event, I just thought, man... They just don't know how to book the show properly. It's like, okay, Collision is known as, unfortunately, the jobber show. Why are you making it a jobber show if it's combined with Dynamite? This is an opportunity here for crying out loud. If you're going to do a 4-hour show, you should use it as an opportunity when you have it broadcasted live the same night that the entire show should have the top stars of AEW, the biggest matches possible. You're just fucking treating like fucking jobber shit towards again for God knows what reason. What are we doing? So, yeah, that Fyter Fest was fucking Fyter shit. Okay, that was a shit fest, that's for sure. Now we're moving on to Summer Blockbuster, which was not necessarily a blockbuster at all. It was just more so the same shit as the other week. But the show started with Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. And guess what, guys? The AEW did the typical. This match will go 30 minutes and ends in a draw. It's not like this was a title match. There was any stakes in this match. It's not like any important reason why this match, like this was so personal to... This match literally happened for a bullshit story that, Ospreay believes that's because Swerve hates Hangman so much, he's going to stop him. It's like, it's so stupid, It's a stupid idea. If anything, it would make more sense, I don't know, man. They should have just done like a triple threat with like Moxley. This could have they could have done something where this could have been the last chance of them going to All In. The winner of this match faces Moxley. You never know. They could have done easy shit like that. But no, this they're fighting, and then it ends in a fucking draw. A typical AEW draw because that's their only way to try to this is a way to make wrestlers look strong. I don't know, if you want to end the match in a fucking draw, end it on like a double countout for fuck's sakes or something. Why is it always a fucking goddamn 30-minute shitfest draw? And the match, it's a flippity-flopping fucking bull fucking shitfest. No fucking reason for this match to be a fucking flip-flopper. It's like, God, every time these matches happen, it's like flipping and flopping, appealing to Dave Meltzer loving bullshit. Fucking this match was just flippy shit. And I'm tired of it. Then after the match, the Young Bucks attacks both of them. They cornered Swerve. They're about to super kick Swerve with with staple the sneakers, but then Ospreay took the nail for some reason because we're supposed to think this is like poetic or some sad sacrifice, even though it's not like he said there. I don't fucking care. This is also dumb. Let's be honest with ourselves. Backstage, we see the Hurt Syndicate demasking Commander before the match, and who the fuck cares? I don't know. So this match, I thought this was supposed to be some one-on-one garbage, but anyways, all we see is MJF says that he's botching Sin Cara to Mystico, because get it? Mystico is Sin Cara, and how he's, I don't know. The Hurt in this match is announced for next week for stupid, Grand Slam Mexico, because they're going to be in Mexico next week. I wonder if that's going to be a 4-hour shit fest. Anyways, the Hurt Syndicate, they defeated they defeated Mascara, Dorado, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey, and then he unmasks Dorado after the match, whatever. I don't know. What the fuck is this? We then see Hangman. Hangman is supposed to speak, but then he gets attacked. But the Death Riders brings him out, tied up, and beat his ass. And Moxley says, Hangman, you're gonna have to really get your shit together, because if you want to go against me and all out. And he headbutts Mox, but then the Death Riders instantly attacks Hangman. Clyde is going after they're all attacking him, but then the Ops runs out for the save. Hangman rips the tape out of his mouth, grabs the mic, and threatens to take the heads off the Death Riders, and he finds out before the night is over. Which should be the running thread of the show, but it turns out that didn't happen. That could be the running thread of the show, going after the entire Death Riders, right? But no, that didn't even happen at all. So they failed on capitalizing. Tay Conti returns and back to wrestling, and her and Energy defeat Penalty Force and Megan Bain. Yeah. We then get a video package of Omega and Okada's history of fighting to get each other, with their bunch of matches and, flippity flopping buffoons, so just to make people pretend, get it. There's a story, they have a epic rivalry, even though it's just fucking matches. They never really have, hatred to each other, for crying out loud. We then see Omega and Okada, they're having their contract signing. Okada signs the contract. It's announced that this match will be a winner-take-all title unification match between the Continental title and the International title. A lot of people were thinking, this would be unified to become the Intercontinental Championship, right? But no. Instead, we are getting the unified title. What does the unified title mean? What is it unified of? Nobody knows. All we know, yes, this is a unification. But why not just call it, the Intercontinental Championship? I don't get it. Apparently, the reason why they're not calling it the Intercontinental Championship because it's the Intercontinental title term belongs to WWE. But yet, I'm confused because didn't New Japan have an Intercontinental Championship? And, doesn't AEW like to reference WWE all the time? So, what's the fucking point? I don't know. What? Now you don't want to pay royalties anymore? I don't fucking get it. The title looks fine, but it's they should just call it a different title at least. But wow, it just goes to show, for this unification, what was the point of these mid-card titles? The Continental title, what was the point of it? Just for the stupid tournament they like to do every year? What was the point of that fucking shit? You know what I mean? This is the problem with AEW and their titles, by the way, alright? This is the problem with their AEW and their titles. While this does look like a nice-looking title, what was the point of each title? What's the point of the International Championship? What's the point of the Continental Championship? What's even the point of the TNT Championship? TNT, basically, yes, it's a fucking television title. But what's, the importance of each title? What makes them set apart as mid-card titles, for crying out loud? Why should we care about those titles aside from the world title, That's the problem I'm trying to guess. There should be some stakes of, importance of why you win these titles. And this is kind of also the problem, when you have too many titles. It's just I don't know, man. The purpose of, if they're going to do this unified title thing, which they should not be calling it, they should definitely call, I heard people say that they should call it the global title. Why not? Yeah. The title should be essentially, it's, somewhat an international title, but, not only you get more money, but you get to, it is second in title, and then, technically the TNT title should have been the secondary title, right? The television title, whatever. Important title too, being the second in command on top of the world title. But since they want to have still the TNT title be a thing, they might as well again this whole title thing could essentially be important. Apparently they're trying to make this title equal to the world title, which is just fucking dumb, by the way. I don't know how you can do that. That's just fucking dumb. I guess they're trying to do that because get it, Okada and Omega, right? Okada and Omega, they shake hands and oh yeah, we had a long history, it's great that people seen, and how about we tear it up one more time? They shake hands, but then Don Callis shows up. He says, oh, Kenny, you don't know me. I know you better than everybody, and whatever. But then, yeah. We then see Omega gets attacked by Okada. After during the contract signing, and then was it Don Callis gives Okada some police weapon, and eventually we see Omega bleeds after Okada does an elbow drop onto his stomach. Because the diverticulitis, he's probably bleeding because of that. Because we're supposed to believe that because he had diverticulitis, he can cough up blood easily. Like, give me a fucking break. I don't know. I mean, sure, a little realism, right? You know, some blood, but just like, I just feel like it was a little like, there was no real reason for them to do that. Just kind of, you know, and kind of unrealistic also. So yeah, this segment went over to Collision to make people, I guess, somewhat care. So yeah. Kyle Fletcher defeats Anthony Bowens. Whatever. During this match, you see Adam Cole showing up. By the way, he showed up into the announce table. He's like an announcer now, and I kid you not, Adam Cole legit looked like a fucking teenager. He looked like a fucking young, like, little child who's like skinny as fuck, by the way. Like, seriously, I cannot believe how skinny. It's like he's even more skinny than he was before, so I was very surprised. Like, holy shit. HLA, ladies and gentlemen, which is what making people care about this. Tony Storm defeated Julia Hart. But then during this match, we had Mercedes eating a steak dinner, and then after the match, she's like fucking feeling her face, and then attacks her. I don't know. I thought Mercedes is Mercedes is a hypocrite. Like, she wants to talk about how she's against bra and panties, and yes, she's doing the HLA stuff, whatever. Then Mina Shikara tries to save her, but then she gets attacked because she's like a dumb Asian. I don't know. Tomohiro Ishii, Mark Briscoe, Whale Nightingale defeats the MXM Collection, Taya Valkyrie, and I don't care. Bandito defeats the Beast and Mortis, whatever. I don't know what this is supposed to be. CMLL World Champion Zexus has accepted Mercedes Moné challenge to face her and all. Who the fuck is this and who cares? Hangman. Who's looking for the, so this entire show, which they should have tried to pull up, literally, like, focus on, Hangman looking for the Death Riders. Like, they failed on doing that, by the way. They failed on capitalizing that. Instead, now we see the Young Bucks. He's like, oh, if you ever need to burn a house again, it will be because I trapped you in it, says Hangman. So Adam Page tells the Bucks to stay out of his business and stay out of the business of Swerves too, or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. I thought Hangman was supposed to be against the Death Riders, trying to find the Death Riders, and it didn't happen. I don't even know. And that's how the show basically ends, I think, right? I don't even remember how the show ends. I just think it ends. It just like. This show just basically became, again, once when they became Collision, this show kind of just like whatever, you know what I mean? The show just didn't even end. We then eventually see the Spider Woman defeats Queen Alameda, whatever. Then Blake Christian and Lee Johnson meets Ricochet backstage, and they get declined of being his royal subjects, and we get announced for All in Mexico. No one fucking cares. And the main event, the Don Callis family defeats the Paragon Daniel Garcia, and I basically don't care. Also, there was like something with like Chris Stanlander, how like she's struggling being her own woman, and then Wheeler Yuta goes to confront her or whatever. And it's like, hey, you should not care what people think or something. It looked like she was trying to be like some friend zone type of shit. I don't know. Yeah, these 4-hour shows were a giant waste of time. That's for sure. And like, my God, 4 hours of AEW, it makes you want to fall asleep. So good job on only doing that and accomplishing that, AEW, because really just been boring with that shit. That's for sure. All right, that's my thoughts on these 8-hour abomination of a fucking wrestling show, wasting time with no proper storylines and just failing of actually capitalizing on a 4-hour slot. But hey, at least we got it over with, and like, who the fuck wants to fucking watch a wrestling show on a Saturday night, right? With Collision. But yet they fucking can't even book a show properly to do 4 hours, so fuck that. Till next time, peace, yeah, bye.